It's official. Karoline Leavitt has done the unthinkable. She didn't just step into the ring. She knocked the heavyweight champion out cold. This isn't just a win. It's a total system failure for the establishment media.
How ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists. But they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years.
After months of courtroom theatrics, viral mayhem, and frantic damage control from ABC higher-ups, Karoline Leavitt has pulled off the ultimate upset. She just secured a jaw-dropping $800 million defamation judgment against The View. Yes, you read that right. The once untouchable daytime juggernaut has taken the hardest hit in its history. Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and Sunny Hostin are absolutely stunned. Their credibility is cracked, and their network is in a full-blown crisis. Karoline didn't just win. She changed the rules of the game. This is a seismic cultural reset where someone finally stared down legacy media and declared, "No more." So, how did we get here? What exactly did the hosts say to ignite this legal firestorm? And how did Karoline flip a viral hit job into an $800 million knockout? Strap in, because this is a roller coaster. But before we dive into the chaos, smash that like button and tap subscribe. Subscribed? Perfect. Let's unpack the wreckage. It began like most media meltdowns, with a condescending smirk and a jab so polished it could have been scripted. Karoline Leavitt knew she was walking into a minefield where right-leaning women are often caricatured rather than heard. She walked in anyway, calm, steady, and ready to talk policy. What she got instead was a live ambush dressed up as daytime banter.
They really don't like this woman. She's a good communicator. And so Joy Behar just offered her analysis on why Leavitt was picked for the role.
Joy Behar led the charge, leaning in with a smirk sharp enough to sour cream. Her voice thick with sarcasm, she quipped that Karoline wasn't there for her intellect, but because of her looks. The studio erupted, not with laughter, but with a mocking derision designed to cut. Then Sunny Hostin tossed her own grenade, labeling Karoline a poster child for privilege, before the noise even died down. Just when it seemed the worst had passed, Whoopi Goldberg dropped the line that would light the legal fuse. "If it weren't for wokeness, you wouldn't even have a job." Boom. That was the spark. The clip exploded online within hours, with hashtags like #TheViewUnhinged trending everywhere. But Karoline? No flinching, no frantic tweeting, no tearful lives. She simply adjusted her blazer, took a slow sip of water, and smiled. She was prepared for the storm.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay,
now, as
I'm
for
sorry,
this
guys.
debate,
We're going to come back out to the panel. Karoline, thank you very much for your time.
These women are completely out of touch with reality, and you're right. ABC should wait.
While the hosts were still laughing, Karoline Leavitt was making the phone call that would flip the script. The headlines hit like thunderclaps. Karoline Leavitt sues The View for $800 million. This wasn't just typical internet drama. This was war. Armed with elite lawyers and a digital arsenal of footage, Karoline accused the show of character assassination. But she didn't just bring accusations. She brought receipts. Her team dropped internal Slack chats showing ABC producers openly plotting the ambush. Pre-show notes contained the fatal strategy. Let Joy open with the looks jab. Whoopi will end it with a dagger. That was the smoking gun. It proved this wasn't an interview. It was a hit job masked as chatter. ABC was blindsided. PR teams pulled all-nighters as talk of suspensions turned into a full-scale network implosion.
President Trump's life echoed the sentiment that President Trump is a threat to democracy. And if you're a deranged lunatic and you're mentally ill, you will believe that lie. And yes, you will take political violence like we have seen in 2 instances against President Trump. Last week, Tim Walz and Kamala Harris said that everyone who showed up to President Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden was a Nazi. That's despicable, dangerous, divisive rhetoric that is spewed by the Democrat Party every single day.
Suddenly, Karoline Leavitt wasn't just a guest. She was the woman who ripped the mask off performative media ambushes. She made The View face the one thing they've avoided for years: consequences. Behind the sparkling studio lights, smugness turned to a frantic scramble. Insiders claim Whoopi Goldberg, the queen of comebacks, was the first to fold, uncharacteristically asking for a private meeting to just talk. Then came Joy Behar, allegedly ringing up Karoline's lawyers to float the idea of a quiet settlement. It smelled like pure desperation. Meanwhile, Sunny Hostin, the only trained attorney at the table, began consulting her own private counsel, terrified of personal liability. As they scrambled to smother the legal inferno, Karoline's camp methodically stoked the flames.
Isn't it rich that The View is saying she got the job based on looks when DEI is all about based on looks?
The ABC boardroom turned into a battlefield. The word cancellation started being whispered in midnight huddles. Karoline's legal team dropped a one-sentence bomb. Accountability cannot be negotiated. When the trial finally began, the atmosphere felt more like a movie premiere than a lawsuit. Karoline entered like a storm wrapped in silk, navy suit, total control. Across the aisle, the hosts looked shattered. Whoopi Goldberg hid behind dark glasses, while Joy Behar sat ashen and tight-lipped. Sunny Hostin shuffled papers in a visible panic. The courtroom fell to a hush as the evidence went live. The leaked voice memo of a producer saying, "We got what we needed," she cracked, was the final nail in the coffin. The jury didn't just find them liable. They delivered a $800 million reckoning. The internet melted down. YouTubers streamed the news in real time as hashtags like #MediaReckoning flew. Karoline, ever the professional, didn't gloat. She simply thanked her team and walked out like a boss, leaving The View to become the very headline they tried to destroy.
Most divisive and disgusting speech that any president, certainly in my lifetime, has ever given. He essentially waged war on half of the country by saying that we are all a to democracy because we believe in putting America first. It's not radical to want to put your country and your own people first. It's not radical to want to have a strong border, a strong military, and to unleash the might of your own economy, not economies around the world.
The day after the verdict, absolute chaos erupted at ABC headquarters. Top-tier global advertisers reportedly pulled their slots within hours. An internal memo leaked to the press captured the nightmare. "We underestimated this guest. We are facing the worst crisis in network history. Whoopi, Joy, and Sunny have gone completely dark. Backstage, the atmosphere feels like a funeral." Meanwhile, Karoline Leavitt is being hailed as a media reform icon, the conservative AOC with evidence. Her follower counts are surging, and a generation's trust has shifted.
There's a lot of reporting out there that is putting the onus on this White House for the increased cost of eggs. I would like to point out to each and every one of you that in 2024, when Joe Biden was in the Oval Office, or upstairs in the residence sleeping, I'm not so sure, egg prices increased 65% in this country. We also have seen the cost of everything, not just eggs. Bacon, groceries, gasoline have increased because of the inflationary policies of the last administration.
The victory has transcended the courtroom. Fans are already turning the moment into a movement, creating merchandise with slogans like 800 million equals silence. It's a warning to the industry. If you mock someone, you'd better have a good lawyer. While the show scrambles to salvage the wreckage, Karoline is standing taller than ever.
Do you want to take this?
No, you cannot be attractive and smart. I will try to give Joy the benefit, and well, thank you. I try to give Joy the benefit of the doubt that she didn't see that briefing. Because if you saw that yesterday on numerous topics, no big binder, I think she might have had a different impression of this young woman who held her own.
I mean, you would have to give her the benefit of the doubt that she did absolutely no research or reading about anything dealing with Karoline Leavitt before she made that remark.
So what happens next? The ripple effects are already changing the industry. Talk show protocols are being rewritten, and media executives are holding emergency meetings to tighten the reins on live narratives. The View proved that you can't just say whatever you want and walk away smirking. Not when someone like Karoline Leavitt is in the room. She didn't need to shout. She used strategy and a calm voice to rattle a television foundation to its core. This verdict didn't just flip Karoline's world. It flipped the entire media landscape. Words have weight, and now they finally have a price tag.
Yes, and as you mentioned, with conservative women, there's a long list of that, both of Trump's previous press secretaries, females, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Kayleigh McEnany, other figures like his campaign manager the first time, Kellyanne Conway, Sarah Palin very famously had to bear the brunt of a lot of this. So people are used to that. I think in their bubble of the audience that The View speaks to, that's probably kind of what the groupthink is. So one defense, I guess, is that she was speaking to her audience, but you take it outside of that bubble the way you are right now, and we all can see.
Now, I want to hear from you. Was Karoline right to push this all the way to a verdict? Has The View finally crossed a line they can't come back from? Are we entering a brand new era of media accountability? Drop your thoughts below. We're reading every single one. Before you go, smash that like button if you believe in the truth, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next update. Karoline Leavitt just proved this isn't a punchline anymore. It's a verdict, and the industry may never be the same. Stay tuned.